Hello everyone and welcome back. When we last left off with the Spartan 6-26 radio, I had gotten all the chassis clean and everything and had planned to show you it in operation, but in between recording and stuff like that, after all the work that was done, I had it plugged in while setting up my office, and eventually I just stopped getting reception whatsoever, and it started to go away. And I mentioned that I might need to check some vacuum tubes, my IF cans. What I found out in exploring a little bit is I actually had to replace my 7A7. That's my IF amplifier. Okay, so that explains why I was losing. Wasn't very sensitive and wasn't getting good radio reception. I also replaced one of my 6K6 vacuum bulbs for my push-pull amplifier going to my speaker because this emission had gone down pretty low. But looking over the radio, especially at the antenna, a lot of my wires, the solder had broken in between the wire and essentially the crack at the solder joint, so the wires weren't really making good contact. So at this point, what I decided to do after replacing the vacuum bowls was to go over quite a bit of every point in here and just retouch up the solder. Okay, let me get this cap out of the way for a second. And then underneath, I spent quite a bit of time touching up those points as well. And then really also cleaning in my band selector switch and making sure all that was completely cleaned as best as possible without having to take it all apart. And the intent of doing that was because, like I said, when I switched between the band selector, you had to play with it a little bit to go from broadcast band to shortwave. But all that's really cleaned up now, and I was able to do an alignment. I didn't have to scream inside the radio, and I was able to bring back my AM radio and listen to shortwave. Actually, if you saw the YouTube reel or whatever I published, you can hear that world clock ticking. Anyways, you can go back and watch that, my shorts or whatever they're called, reels or shorts. I can't remember. But anyways, so I still do want to take apart these IF cans, and I just want to get eyes on the inside of them. And despite the radio now aligning and everything now, I still want to get my eyes inside of here. So what you have to do is you have to loosen up these top nuts here. It takes, what's this, 1/4 inch socket, and they should be able to come free. That's, okay, there we go. Now, what I'm actually going to do, so this doesn't just like fall off, I think I'm going to kind of just keep them on for now, just a little bit, because the can has to get loosened from the bottom. I don't desire for everything to just fall out per se. So at the bottom, you also have hopefully what appears to be 1/4 inch nuts as well, and these might actually be a tad bit smaller. They're most definitely smaller, or I can't get this far enough down into there. So, but let me try one that's just a touch smaller. If not, I'll have to find different way to get these loose and out of there. Yeah, it's because of standoff. The actual screws are jutted up a tad bit too far, so I believe they're just going to be another 1/4 inch. It's just I can't get this down there far enough. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've got that one loose. Alright, my head's just going to get in the way while I work on this, so I'll come back once I have them all off. Okay, so I've got all the bottom little nuts off and top one's removed, we should be able to slide these out now. There we go. There goes that side. And we'll get this one out of there as well. Ooh, that's a little stuck. I have to find a way to gently coax that out. But, I can look in here now. We can get all these terminals clean. See the wires that are in here. Those can be touched back up with solder. And that should help out these tunable capacitors, essentially. Need to be really careful with this guy. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Not seeing any damage done, but and definitely can see all the terminations, and we can get all this cleaned up, which means that I'll also have to realign it again. So what I'm going to use to clean this up is some electronic cleaner, a bit of QD cleaner. I might actually also use some Brasso and then clean them out with QD cleaner. Yes, it's mildly abrasive, but that's okay. I'm just looking to polish and clean. Then I'm going to retouch back up all these points in which are, maybe if I turn on the other, there we go. I'll turn this sideways. There we go. All these other points, in which you see these wires coming up and where they're soldered to, all that will get a little bit fresh coat of solder. Okay. So let me get this accomplished, and then I'll put it back together and do another alignment. We can at least see how it sounds from that point. Here we go.
We have a really nice Sunday on the way. We'll have a lot of
I don't get the absolute best reception in my office, but I do get better reception here and in the kitchen. But as per typical time of day, things get better more towards the afternoon. I'll switch over to the shortwave band. Yeah, it's trying to pick up something there right now. Let me switch over to the shortwave band.
París, ¿con qué te quedas tú, Barrero? Pues yo voy a intentar ser muy breve, pero sí que os digo una cosa, superar lo que ha dicho Javi me va a resultar muy complicado. Le voy a poner muy...
We'll come back to this in the afternoon.
Number one, oh, geez, Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes will be 32 years old, 4 more years of getting beat up in the National Football. Is that who we want to see as our quarterback for Team USA? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I'll come back to this in the afternoon and we'll get better reception then and watch a few things or listen to a few things. Really what I need to do at this point is focus more on the chassis. So I have been doing a bit of work. I'm gonna have to get some wood filler to put it over in here and try to blend this in. This right here, you can see it's chipping away. This isn't an actual, this is like a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a, it's not the actual wood, it's like a wrap. I know there's a name for this and it's escaping my mind right now. But it's almost like an old piece of furniture where like the top layer or whatever could peel up. So there's really no like sanding this down and repairing it. So what I've been doing is, so I filled it with some wood glue up here. Going to these pieces, I'm gonna put in some wood filler and try to blend that stuff in, these cracks in as best as possible. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I thought I have been working on this a little bit, just sanding it and stuff. There's hold on a second. Quite a bit of things that I also need to do on the inside. So here goes this piece. I'm gonna get this glued in. And hopefully get that resolved, but we'll see what we do right there. But yeah, I mean, really, I've cleaned it up, and it's cleaned up pretty well. So it's just really wood filler filling in those cracks, and probably taking a little more oil to it and buff up this or polish this as best as possible. I'm gonna get that worked on next. And here we have it. I spent quite a bit of time trying to color match that paint. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but I feel like it's at least better than having those big old gashes in there. What I did was I took the lightest color I was seeing, and of course in specific light it doesn't look nearly as bad. I took the lightest color that was being used, and that was my first layer, and I just started going darker from there until I got what I felt like was a pretty decent color match. So I don't think it looks too bad. I think it looks pretty good, but it's getting into the afternoon, so we can, that popping sound you hear is coming from my phone. See if we get anything on AM. You know, I don't live in the best area, especially this house I'm in, for AM reception. I need to get an external antenna. Unlike when I lived in Oklahoma, I don't know if it's just because there was pretty much open cattle fields everywhere, and I don't know, but maybe there are more stations closer by. But I don't get as much on AM where I currently live now versus where I did live. But we do got a few channels, or a few stations. Every once in a while I feel like it's trying to pick up something, but it's just slightly too far out of the way. We'll switch it over to shortwave. Right off the bat, good reception on shortwave.
Representantes. En el Senado, en 2022, eran 28 los senadores que lo empleaban, mientras que de cara a las elecciones de 2024 son
I guess our strongest activity is in the upper area of our band, between 14 and 18. I think we got something that close to about 9 megahertz or megacycles. But yeah, as you know, as the day goes on, when we get into like the late afternoon hours, sun starts going down, reception does get better with these older radios. I really need to get a outside antenna because I just get poor reception where I live. Like you saw, even when I repaired that N64 transistor radio, I mean, I had to come into the kitchen just even with it, and that's a terrible radio, let's be honest. I had to come in the kitchen just get reception with it, get away from all the switch mode power supplies and everything else that's on and running in the house. But yeah, we got that. Well, actually, I got Bluetooth going as well. Hold on a second, I'll switch that over. So here should go Bluetooth audio. I had it connected to my computer, Bluetooth at my computer, so I need to get some music playing on there. Tone control, volume control. But for the Bluetooth, see, I've got it coming over here. We've got two 33 ohm resistors, taking our stereo to mono on one side of that transformer I've got sitting there. 0.02 microfarad non-polarized cap cone off the other side, going to an RCA connector in the back where we had those RCA inputs. And so this is my little makeshift from Bluetooth to audio input. Of course, you know, this already had a, you know, an aux input, so it's not like I had to tap off of you know, our volume pod or anything like that. It had an aux input. The reason why I still ran it with that transformer is just in case if the chassis ever shorted out or anything of that nature. I'd hate for there to be AC coming to you know, an auxiliary connector or something along those lines, but it's on there and it works really good.
Timeshare Resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare.
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Anyways, if for those of you who stuck around for this entire series on restoring this Spartan radio, thank you for that. If you're new to this channel and have enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video by giving it a thumbs up, thumbs down, or leaving comments in the comment section. You know, I do these restorations for people. Yes, it costs a little bit of money to restore radios, so there will be a sticker shop. I wouldn't say a supreme sticker shop, but a little bit of sticker shop if you're asking me to restore one of these radios for you. But that being said, you can find out repair aspects through the link. It is in all my video descriptions. Goes to my Google site. You can download a request for repair, email me, we'll go from there. But that's enough, I think, as far as self-promotion goes. Again, thank you for sticking out. I'm going to enjoy having this radio up in my center console where my home theater system's at, and I think it kind of goes pretty good with the farm type theme. If you would have done something different, let me know about that as well. But that's enough rambling from me for now. Thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye. Bark.